everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of The War Room. So last week I did a little bit better on our intro, thank God. last week I clicked the wrong button and we had the wrong thing come first, so that screwed everything up. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Ooh, we got a busy episode, lots to talk about today and lots to do our subject for the day. And we're hoping that you guys are going to help us out. We're not going to discuss it yet, so don't post your comments about it yet. We'll start about 5 o'clock like we normally do. But our subject for the day is going to be what to do when you get into a wargaming rut. I've been in this wargaming rut for a long time, and I'm out of it, and we're going to do it. And we're hoping that you guys can come with good suggestions out of a rut. What do you do when you're in this rut? You don't feel like playing. You don't feel like doing anything. You got other things going on in your life, and you just, war gaming takes a back seat farther and farther and farther. And sooner or later, you get to the point where, damn, I don't even want to spend time trying to learn a new game. So anyways, about that coming up in a little bit. Tony, Ruff, how are you guys doing this week?
Doing good. End of term ended yesterday, so I am finally out of school and ready to kind of get going on with the summer break. And got a lot planned over the summer to do, game wise and everything like that. So between holidays and visiting family, I'm going to be probably getting out as much as I can before school starts up again in August. As I'm talking about that already, it's I'm not big on talking about that already. We just ended, so
yeah, enjoy the summer.
Yeah. What about you, Ruff?
Well, yeah, I'm still plodding on with this. It is a real talk about getting in a rut. The game's great, yeah, but because of my color blindness and everything, it's a right pain to video because I've got to make sure everything's but there's lots of things in the game. I've got to make sure the colors are right and all that, and I'm doing it turn by turn, and I'm waiting for feedback to see if I've made a mistake on that video before I can get the other one, so I can't do them in advance. But that's about all I've been up to since I last spoke to you.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, let's say hi to our friends. Oh my gosh, Chris Riley
Chris
is Champion League final tonight. Well, we'd hate for you to miss the Champion League finals over the War Room. I mean, come on, man. Steven, how you doing? Good to see you. Bray, what's going on? Kyle, I'm getting a message from Kyle at like 3:30 today. He's like, no War Room this week? And I'm like, yes, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like always. I know you're excited. You're just going to have to wait just a little bit longer for the show. Hey, Philip Reynolds, how you doing? Good to see you. Fred. Hey, there's our good friend, Butter Jelly. The old chestnuts here. And
Mike's a teacher, or the old chestnut's a teacher like myself, so he's about right where I'm at too. He's ready for the summer.
Oh, that's why he said amen.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a selfish.
We came about this close to not having a War Room this week, actually, because for some reason internet is coming in and out. It started last night.
Yeah.
Is it doing it right now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to reboot the router, and I thought we could try to get through this show. So hopefully it won't be too bad for you guys out there. Let's hope not anyways. So
Dave Gardner's got a suggestion for you already.
And I'm stuck in a rut.
You want to try that? Something different.
Yeah. Try a sports game.
Try something different, right? Yeah. I've been trying different things. I am in the worst rut. It could be, to be honest, all right? So my favorite time of year normally is April for 3 reasons. Number 1 is my birthday. Number 2, it's because the baseball season started, so I'm all for that. And the hockey playoffs are on. And so you can see I've got my hockey beard started there, and hopefully y'all are getting your hockey beard started.
Hey, when are you going to start growing that, by the way, Jester?
As soon as my boss is one of these guys that walks down, and if he sees you not clean shaven, because I work in a professional office, unlike you scrubs, and he's like, you got to stand a little bit closer to that razor, And I'm like, hey, I said, I got my hockey beard started. Like, you want me to shave off my hockey beard? Is that what you're telling me? That is un-American. So.
Oh, Jester.
Embarrassing. Good afternoon, all. Thanks, Steady Jester. I've been playing nothing but inside pitch baseball all month now.
Oh.
I have that effect on people. I have rough swordsmen painting miniatures again. Show us what you just got in.
Oh, God.
You're going to throw his back out. You're going to make him throw his back out.
There you go. It's not a War Game Wednesday.
Yeah, that's the other core set. I've got both core sets now.
There's 3 core sets.
Yeah, but the other one's medieval Japan, isn't it? And I don't know yet. And that's even harder to get than that one.
Forbidden Fortress is the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I never say. I said I never paint a blooming mini again.
Well, it is different painting those minis compared to painting like military, armies and stuff. Where
I've got 3 of them to do. I don't want to do a whole sort of 50 minis of the same. They drive me mad.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of painting I used to do when I used to do it, minis. But yeah, it's all your fault, for goodness sake. Don't buy any more non-war games. Sport's fine. Sport games are fine, yeah, because...
Well, wait until you see it's coming in. One of the things
catch any of that
is buying things. So I love to buy things. As you guys know, I am a buyer.
Yeah.
I'm not a very good seller, but I'm definitely a good buyer.
Yeah, you like to buy things for like twice as much as they cost, too.
Yeah.
Thank God you're not here next week. So, yeah. So we got.
Yeah, I think he's just come back from holiday from Honolulu.
He did.
Yeah, I just flew in for this show.
The person that sold him that game just just come back from Honolulu.
So episode is going to be very interesting. So we have Tony's not going to be able to make it, so we're going to have a new co-host to make up for that. And you guys might know him, you might love him, you might hate him, but it's Herman Lootman is coming back for Tony.
And as I said, I am very honored that Lutman, I'm gonna say it right. You're gonna get me calling him Lootman now instead of Lutman.
Even he can't go calling himself Herman Lootman now.
Yeah. He is. Did you see him on? I think it was on Dan. It was on Dan's show, or yeah, I think it was on Dan's show that he called him Herman. Herman Lutman, and he's like, no, my name's Lootman. And Dan had no idea what he was talking about. He had no idea what he was about. Yeah, Tony's off file. He's part-time. He's a part-time player,
Hey, I bring the big guns when I come though, so I bring it when I'm here.
True. And also, we're going to have a special guest next week besides Mr. Lootman, who's going to be a special co-host. We're going to have a guest, and that is going to be Kenneth Cool.
Nobody got any of that.
Huh?
Nobody got any of that. You just cut out just at the moment. And next week's guest is...
Oh, well, I'll let you introduce him then.
What, Ken?
Yeah.
We've got Kenneth Coon next week from did the thing with Stuka Joe, the card system, was a sort of developer in that, and GM2, so we can talk all things GMT.
Yeah, we're going to talk to him. He's in the GMT network of people, and hopefully we can get him on board with getting Gene I don't know what Gene's waiting on. I think he's waiting on a special invitation or something.
He's making us wait, isn't he?
He's making it. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. I am a little bit on you guys. I apologize for that. I could try to disconnect and reconnect, but if I can't come back in, you guys would have to go on me, and you know what that's like.
Yeah, you know.
So, new things. Anything new this week? Any new presents? Any new gifts? Any new?
I'll be right back. I got to go grab it. I left it on my desk upstairs. I'll be right back.
Oh, don't get prepared for your show.
No. I'm not prepared at all.
God, no.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
I don't know. You can't get the staff, can you?
Why do we keep them around? I'm still trying to figure out. Better View got here.
Harry finagled his way in. I can't remember.
I think it was one email after, we had him as a visitor or a guest. He emailed us back and was like, yeah, if you're ever looking, just email me and I'll just come back on.
Yeah,
and for some reason, I replied to that email with the next show and he just showed up. And then,
bless him. Well, bless him. What you got?
Okay, I have got, and this is something the Player's Aid did an unboxing, so I'm not going to do an unbagging. You can go to that one. But I'm going to do something special with this particular package. I'm going to do more of a history kind of intro to it because it was a battle that actually took place less than 5 miles away from where I live. And I've been looking for this, and it's done by High Flying Dice. Paul Rohrabach. I'd like to get him on, but it is
one of them. That series. Yeah, that series. Yep. Looks good.
Yep, Fallen Timbers, 1794. So I am going to actually go to the Fallen Timbers battlefield and do some video and kind of give a real good. I'm doing something different.
Here's what you should do.
Play it at the battlefield.
Go there on Saturday, and you could when we do the live stream, you could go there and you can be our on-field reporter and make yourself useful for a change.
Point at things.
Yeah, pointing things.
Yeah. Here's where, this happened.
Yeah, they've got a really, and the thing is, they actually have a relatively new visitor center. So I'm really interested in that. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing that. I want to do something different with it because it's not going to be a long game. It looks like a pretty easy game to play. But being that I can just go to the battlefield and kind of show where things are at and kind of really give a history on it, it'll be working really well.
If you're just joining us, the theme, which we'll get into in a little bit, is what to do when you're stuck in a rut and you just don't have the desire or energy or gumption to really get your war games out and play them. And there's some beautiful games I got, and it's just a damn shame I just don't have any desire to do any of that. So we'll talk about it a little bit. Hopefully you guys will come up with some really good suggestions for us.
Yeah, quit.
Quit.
Yeah. Stop making videos.
Wow. Keithwell, what the hell is a rut? Yeah, there's a machine. There are some wargaming machines out there. I'll tell you, there is Arkwolf. That guy is a machine when it comes to wargaming.
He's got a new job, so I wonder how much of his
it's always something like that, right? When you have a full-time job, you got a full-time family, you got responsibilities, you have other interests, you got other things going on. For me, like now, as I mentioned, I got the hockey playoffs going on. Every night there's 2 or 3 games, which, if I want to watch the games, I can't be doing other things. So I have to decide, what am I going to do? Is it going to be the hockey playoffs or am I going to play something else? And so that couple hours I get every week, I go, well, I could play a war game or I could do something else. So yeah, hopefully we'll come up with some good suggestions in a little bit when we talk about wargaming. I'm still waiting on my, we were talking about new things coming in. I actually got a package that's supposed to arrive here today, but I'm still waiting on my GMT games. I don't know. I think Mike said that they were shipping a couple weeks ago, and I still haven't even got an email that my games are shipped. They got charged.
Yeah, I think he said the ones for the Europe and UK went out a week earlier.
Yeah, I got charged like 3 weeks ago on my credit card for the 2 games. And normally I get within like 2 or 3 days, I got an email saying it was shipped. So what the hell are they doing over there, Mike? Come on now. We got to get on these guys. And I know for a fact, because one of our good viewers on the Facebook group received his updated, let's see if I can share it here. And this is going to drive me insane again. Right? Oh, here it is. Let me share my screen with you guys again. So he received his updated last 100 yards with the new maps and the replacement counters.
That wasn't on the P500 though, was it? We're talking.
No, it was on the P500. So let's refresh everyone's memory.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it was on the P500. They shipped it. They delivered it to everyone. And through some miscommunications with the publisher and the designer and the developer or whatever, I'm not sure who, but they ended up printing the maps on just like paper stock as opposed to like the hard cardboard stock. These are just like paper stock. So they stopped shipping it out, and they were to ones. And the new maps once they had it reprinted. So the reprints are now being sent out. Once again, I don't know if I've been banned over there at GMT or my name's been passed around the industry as don't do anything for this dick, but once again, I still haven't got mine, and you can clearly see.
I can tell you that they started shipping them apparently 10 days ago. According to the P500, they started shipping May 19th.
Yeah, so if you P500 airborne over Europe, part 2 of the last 100 yards, you should be receiving an updated kit with the new counters and the new maps. And why I haven't gotten my stuff, I'm
just looking at this. I don't have much coming from GMT. I don't have too many pre-orders right now. Because
I've only got those 2, the new Dark series and Storm. Is it Storm Above the Reich?
Yeah, Storm Above the Reich. Yeah.
The paper maps work fine. You don't need the other maps. You could play it just fine the way it came. But for us, the lucky few that were shipped it in the beginning, we're waiting on. But unfortunately, for some reason, I think, part of the issue could be that I know GMT's out there on the West Coast, right? They're out there in San Diego. And I'm in Florida. So, of course, that's this place the way you got to ship that. It's really, to be honest, saying it's really no, and shouldn't be getting my shit 2 or 3 weeks later. And I'm a big GMT guy. You guys know that. I love GMT.
Well, look, Mike Buttercelli hasn't gotten his either, and he lives right next door to GMT.
Well, he could just go in the office and pick them up if he wanted. And like Heathwell said, you can live without them. You don't need them. You can play just fine the way it came. But I know the last time they sent out my featured order, remember, if you refer memories, March 1st, they started shipping. I received my order March 30th. That's 30 days.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'll wait. You know, I'm over here. We got to wait. Me and Hithwell have got to wait. So
I know. I mean, there's always going to run into issues. I never had an issue before. I don't know if they're doing things differently now in their shipping than they used to do. I used to get my orders with everybody else. So I don't know.
well, we'll see. If I get mine before yours, that'll be funny.
Yeah, it would be real funny. I'm sure I wouldn't have anything to say about that either.
No, you wouldn't.
You know,
Not at all.
I'm pretty low key when it's things like that. I don't really. It doesn't. You know, the older you get,
Yeah. The older you get, the more miserable you get, don't you? I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Mike was asking about the Space Cores, or Corpse. I know it's Core.
It's cool.
I know. I really want to get in that, but I don't need another long-term solo game. I have too much on my plate already. But it looks like I'd get into it. But there's this other game I'm kind of working on with some guy about the presidency. That
what's his name? It's Italian sounding.
Yeah.
Butter jelly. That's the chap.
Yeah. So that one that's even a game I haven't even been getting to because of the rut and just the mental. And plus also we're at the point where I need Mike. So that's definitely on the time to do next week, is to definitely get that up and running. So that way we can get that going. So
have you got Space Corps then?
No, I don't have. No, I don't. Nope.
Oh.
I heard it was really good. I've heard good things about it.
I've watched a couple of videos and I'm thinking, I don't know. But then again, I said I wouldn't paint a mini again, didn't I? So look at me now. That's yes, that's the man. That's the man. Thank you, Mike. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Mr. Butter Jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He deserves his own shirt for all the work that he does. So
yeah, Mike does a great job. He really does. And
I'll have to get on him about that. But yeah, we'll look forward to the Mr. President. I don't know what they're waiting on. Let's get it going, boys.
It's still in the art department. I know that. Finalizing. I'm play testing it, so that's another issue.
He's always away. Mike was saying, the man's never there. He keeps going away. He said he play tested for me, this Tony, and I call him up and he's gone. He's away.
All the time. I know. He's so unreliable.
Yeah.
Hey, it's got 2,300 pre-orders, so I got to get going so that way these 2,300 people can get their game.
He's only doing that so he can get his name in the rule book. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm framing that thing.
I know it.
Actually, I am having a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with that game. It is such an up and down, and just it's been a lot of fun. It really, really has. And once you get going through the process, it's a pretty simple process to go through. It's just okay. There's more decisions than you can make. There's more decisions to make, and you only have a limited amount of resources. So it's a great solo game in that aspect. Is there's plenty of decisions to make, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that laid out on my table. I might have to buy an extra table because it's so big.
Oh, it's a big one, is it? It's a big game?
Yeah, it's about 60 inches lengthwise. So yeah, it's a pretty decent size of game. So yeah,
I'm trying to convert.
I don't know.
60 inches is about
feet.
I think it's like 1,000 of your centimeters.
No. I still use feet. The reason I use metric is I was trained as a scientist, so of course I'm using metric all the time. But I always visualize in feet and inches, and you Americans always just say the inches. It's like you always say when the weight of somebody, it's just their pounds. I don't know. It's stones. How many stones is that? I can't, 280 pounds. What's that? Is that big? Is that small?
It sounds like a bunch of whining to me going on over there.
No, it's just how, you took those weights and measures over,
and then we moved on.
Look at our great converted it for you. It's about 5 feet.
I know what 60 inches is. 12 fives are 60, you see. So there you go.
That's better than me. I was like going 12, 24.
See, people of my generation have lived and breathed imperial measurements. 5 feet. Yeah, I know.
Hey,
What do you say?
in 1976, we thought about going into metric because I remember them teaching us
Yeah,
metrics in like 3rd or 4th grade, and Jimmy Carter was on this kick to go into metrics, and so let's educate the 8 to 10 to 12-year-olds and get them into metrics, so when they grow up, they'll understand metric.
It's actually easier than feet and pounds and
of course.
inches
And
because it's just moving decimals. But let's not get into that. We're not a math show.
no, just saying the money's decimal, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
gold old dust with 12 pennies in 12 pennies in a shilling. You know.
Well, this is important for war games because you have to know whether the hex is measured in feet or yards because it makes a big difference.
Or meters. I said
Or
meters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have to know. You have to know both because some games come with the English translation and some don't. So
Yeah, I drink pints of beer, not half a litre, for goodness sake.
Yeah, Britain's interesting in how they mix the two. Like, they still use miles and kilometers. Like
No,
there's
we
nothing.
don't use kilometres. We use miles per hour, but we buy our petrol in litres. Go figure. I don't know what's going on.
Anyways,
Anyway,
so back to the rut. Obviously, we're in a rut if we're talking about metric to imperial. I've had a few gin and tonics, so I'm feeling pretty good.
good for you.
Let's see and get an update here on the old P500 list here and see what's coming out here.
I haven't ordered
Oh,
anything.
look, the game's shipped now.
I told you that. I just told you that.
Oh no! Oh, I'm not. Oh, phew. That's not
Normal
good.
off the right, the Dark Summer.
Yeah.
They're not on the list anymore. Space Corps, man, I really would like that game too. But here's my problem. See my problem? To show you guys, I gotta move this aside. You guys can't actually see
The
this.
problem is your internet.
But all right, so here's my P500 pre-order list. So please look on me gently. Don't think bad.
I won't show you mine.
Don't think bad of me. But this is my P500.
Not even halfway through yet.
So I told you I'm a big GMT. I support the great companies out there. GMT is a great company. If they can get their shipping shit figured out, then that would even make things better. So there, yeah. So I told you guys, I am I'm a buyer. I'd be great in one of those positions where you got to buy things for a company.
How can you be in a rut if you've got a list of P500s like that?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in a rut wouldn't have anything on a P500 because they're in a rut.
Not necessarily. It depends.
You're just a buying freak, aren't you? Like me.
Well, that's true because
Like me.
I just made another purchase today, and so that's coming in next week. It's going to be another big box. The wife's going to have a cow about.
Oh crikey! You have to get them delivered when they're not there.
I was hoping the one that was coming today would be delivered when the wife was out in the pool, but it didn't show up. It was on guy late as usual.
What genre is it? Is it a non-war game?
Not on Wednesday.
Oh, so something I might be bloody. Oh no! Don't say
Stop
something
it.
I'm interested in. Oh no!
I can't help it. I get a post office grumbling grunt. That's a good one.
I've been proud of myself. I have not ordered anything in about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. And I hate it because I'm looking for because I do have a couple of Kickstarters and a couple of pre-orders, and I keep looking, hoping that those will show up. because I can't have too much show up at the same time. I mean, I'm pretty honest with my wife when it comes to, hey, I just ordered this, or I got this coming. But it's still, I look go, ooh, that's bad. When I have like 5 boxes sitting there, I'm even like, ooh, I feel bad about that.
Well, here's it's Memorial Day weekend. So every game company out there is having some kind of, I must have had 30 emails come in. Oh, Memorial Day weekend, get it now. And so I got
He's cracking up, isn't he? Getting worse. Your internet's getting worse, Jester.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'll just let you two do the most of the talking then.
Oh, Heathwell's got a good point there. Make a list, pick 3 games. You cannot order anything until you finish playing all 3. Then allow yourself to purchase 1 game title and then do it again.
Yeah, and then when you go to order it, then when you go
I
to
might
order
do that.
it, when you go to order it, it's out of stock.
Well, pre-orders are you can't use, like, pre-orders are pre-orders. So this would be like if you're purchasing something that's not a pre-order.
Yeah, be out of stock. So that's why you got to buy it now, just in case.
No, you play them quicker, so you can buy them.
I know. We're all the same.
I'm actually that's a pretty, it's like a reward for getting your games done and played. I might try that.
It's an interesting point.
Yeah, there's new games every day, every single day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but sometimes you can get the ones you want, though, right? If you miss out, you're just out.
Sometimes, usually when I find a game that I want and it's been out printed for like years, that's when I have trouble finding it. If it's within a couple of years, usually somebody's got a copy that they're willing to separate. I mean, I've stopped going through the Facebook Consim marketplace because I'll always find something. I always find something.
See, again, I can look and drool, but can't order because
nobody's going to ship it across the pond.
No, and I'm not going to pay 40 quid to have it shipped across. So
$60 is expensive.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, that's kind of my downfall too. Is when I see I'm looking for games. That's one of the reasons I got the Field Commander Napoleon, because it was hard to find it.
Yeah,
going to order it, didn't, and I came a site that had one, and damn, I need to get it. And then, of course, you need to get enough ordered so you get the free shipping. So I had other stuff to go along with it.
Yeah, well, even though I'm heading out of town, I've got a couple solo games. I'll take a couple of the Hollandspiel or White Dog game solo games I'll take with me. I plan on taking the Wars of Marcus Aurelius with me, learning it, playing it, while, like in the evenings when you're just kind of chilling out, I'll sit there with a drink and play a game while, looking over the mountains type stuff. So, I usually take a solo game or 2 with me, for just the downtimes when you want to do something and, you're just chilling. So I plan, once I get played with those, then I'll bring it back and then I'll record it.
Wait a minute. Are you going on with your wife and your kids?
We always have downtime.
And they give you free time and downtime?
Well, they'll watch something on telly that is of no interest to you whatsoever. Like, I used to be a celebrity on TV, get me on again. That sort of thing. Like, that's what it's called. And they're watching that. The wife is watching The Masked Dancer tonight. I'm getting on with something. That's my downtime. See, she watches that. I do. Yes, I can get with Tony there. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's a half an hour, sometimes it's an hour, but I'm trying to learn the game, so and that's why I take the solo games. But like we'll also take the kids' games along and play with the kids as well. Yeah. So I mean, it's just it's a vacation for everybody. Everybody can get their time because when we get back, life starts. I mean, right now the boys are in baseball, so Tuesdays or Thursdays and Friday nights are all filled up.
With baseball starts again. You're off till blooming August. What are you talking about?
Kids have baseball for all of June. So
They can walk there, can't they? It's not far.
Yeah, it actually where they play is is far.
Well,
Yeah, actually it is. And I want to watch it too.
Let's talk about the other elephant in the room where we were going to discuss the data that we collected from.
Yeah, that was my. I'll take responsibility for that one. I've got the list. I forwarded the list to you.
You sent me an Excel with one person's name and their 10 choices.
Yeah.
You should have told me I sent you the wrong file.
Get it up, Chester. He doesn't believe us. Get it. I got it as well. I said
you got it as well. Okay.
Yeah,
so it's not just me. I'm like, I've been waiting for this data so we can analyze it and talk about it today. He sends me an Excel file with here's all the stuff I got. And it's one person with
and I'm
10
scrolling up and down, moving it left and right.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? Where's the rest of it?
He looks bemused. I thought, that's all he's got. That's all he's had time to do. So he had time to do the one. He's going to send.
I was like, that's why he's not playing games this week, is because he must be working on getting this file ready to go for us.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. There's actual data in this one.
Didn't look like that, did it?
Yeah, I'll get it to you guys. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know what happened. I sent you the wrong file. I thought I sent you the right one.
Happened.
So all good though.
He's
all
mind elsewhere.
I'll send it out to you. But I will tell you from looking over. No, I don't teach computers.
Here's what
Fred.
we
Don't worry
got.
about it.
This is literally what we got.
Fred's is.
Yeah, we've got Fred's. Right. Where's the others?
I will send it to you. I will send it to you guys. I'll send it to you. I don't know what happened. I do apologize. I got it. I sat there and got it all done, and I totally forgot. Yeah. So, and no, I do not teach computers. I teach history. And so, yeah.
Oh, dear. I love it when
I got to figure out where that file went to, actually, because all I do is I pull up Excel and it's boom right there. So I knew I should have done a Google Sheet. I knew I should have done it and just shared it with you. So that way, when it was all, maybe I'll copy that. Maybe I'll upload it and share it as a sheet then.
So that way,
no, I need the actual data file so I can manipulate it myself.
Oh, so you can muck about with it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Men of Iron, SPQR were two of the most chosen games. The Men of Iron, both those tri-packs were probably the top two that was chosen. And I get it. I mean, there's a lot of crap in it. So there's a lot of stuff in it. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, we'd have a great conversation about it, and we'd have a lot of time to talk about it today. And now it's going to have to wait at least 2 more weeks because next week is Herman, and we're not going to have time to.
Maybe when Herman is on, you can ask him for his top 10 list and then add it.
Send it to.
No, he didn't send me one.
What the hell? Come on! If you're watching this, what the hell are you doing? Damn. Can't get.
If you ask Herman next week, Jester, what his top 10 are, get ready to do a print screen because he'll have one of those faces. You can get another T-shirt done. The shock on his face that you've asked him. What I've got to think now?
That's right. That's right. Well, we do appreciate everyone giving us the data and stuff. We're gonna have another probably when Tony comes back. We'll talk about it, and
we may have a guest. We may have a guest that Saturday. I come back.
Oh yeah, whose name are you dropping now? Come
on. No, we talked about it in the email. Maybe Jason. On that week.
You know what? Somebody
the week 12.
Yeah, that's the 12th. Yeah.
Somebody's beating us to it.
Wow. Oh, who gives a care about that Dan Pelnucci guy?
We need exclusives on this channel.
Purple Norseman is asking Ruff, any more Panzer Grenadier coming?
I'd love to play some Panzer Grenadier. Yes.
It's on my list this summer.
It's on mine, but just so many games, Private. This is what we're talking about as well, because you have to keep constantly putting stuff out. You don't get a chance to actually sit down and play a game and enjoy it. And have a bit of a downtime for yourself. But yes, I'd love to play some more Panzer Grenadier. I do love it. But I've got to play lots of other games as well. Because told you, I forget to tell you, so what you're up to. Did the old con last weekend.
Yep.
And played for the first time and against somebody, World at War 85. And we had Keith Tracton, the designer, and our old friend Devin, the OG, watching our every move. And that was good fun. And also was learnt Lock and Load Tactical, played against somebody from your part of the world, actually, Jester, down in Florida he was. And we had Stefan, surname Tangu or something. He's the guy that rewrote all the rules for the 5.1, or did a majority of it. And yeah, so that was good. I got my money's worth out of it anyway. So I learned 2 games. So now I can sort of put on some videos of that. Having said that, Stefan contacted me and said, "Do you want to stream one with somebody, and we'll sit in, or I'll play you, and we'll work through it." So that'll be fun. So maybe some lots of Lock and Load coming up. But Panzer Grenadier, it's in the back of my head. I just need to get that out again. If I can find a game that's under 78 turns, I'll do it.
I'll tell you what, a lot of for the Panzer Grenadier, a lot of the the Fall of France module are like 13, 14 turns long.
Yeah, I was.
I know. I'm just everybody makes that comment about they're like 500 turns long, the scenarios, but there's actually quite a few that are relatively in a decent amount of number for scenarios. Yeah, for sure. And I think maybe Jester playing some head-to-head stuff, and so maybe we can figure out a time pretty quickly to get that up and do our Cuba Libre game, because I'm wondering if maybe.
Don't you forget?
I don't.
Yeah. Well, I've also going to be going back up to Detroit in July for a couple weeks, and we're actually going to be driving from Detroit to Columbus. Tony.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
God, I hope it's not when I'm in Michigan. Watch, that'll be the week that I'm on holiday again.
Yeah, I'm not sure the dates yet. We have to finalize with the attorney and everything that we need to meet up there and stuff. So I'm not sure, but it's going to probably be the 2nd and 3rd week of July. So I'm going to be actually off for a couple weeks.
You could come down here on the Saturday, and we could do it live from my house.
We could do it live. That would be awesome.
And then just bring Ruff in, but you and me could be live together. And then Ruff, you got to fly over. No, you got to fly. We got to fly Ruff over. It's got to be live.
I'll start my Kickstarter now. Then
there we go. Get your Patreon going. Get your buy a coffee going, and you can fly into Detroit. I'll pick you up. I'll take you to all the sites here in Ohio, and we'll forget Michigan because that's just Michigan. It's just up north. But yeah, if it's the 2nd and 3rd week, Jester, just to let you know, the 2nd week will be great because 3rd week I'm actually up in Michigan, so go figure. But yeah, that'd be fun to do that Saturday show if we could figure a way to do that live, you and me together, and then we'll add Ruff in.
It might just be you and you two together, because there is a week in July that I'm at a con.
What week is this?
I can't remember what it is.
I can't wait to hear Ruff's con stories. I'm looking forward to that because that is such a neat thing to do. And if you've never done it, I know because Jester, you've done that because you went to Origins, haven't you? Went to Origins and stuff.
I've been to Buckeye Game Fest.
Every
fucking week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I've been to 2 cons, 3 cons. Yeah, I haven't gone to general cons. I've only gone to like ones that are like a group that we know most everybody. But still, I mean, seeing 5, 6, 7 games out, people playing, swearing at each other, rolling crappy dice, rolling crazy dice when you need it.
Well,
You hear it across the room, somebody celebrating. You automatically have to go figure out what just happened. Yeah.
So I'm hopefully going with the blue tweezers because we're both in this part of this side of the pond, and
to the con.
We play, huh?
To the con.
To the con, yeah,
Oh.
in July. So it's over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think I can't remember which week though, but we were deciding what to play because all the games were like 2-player, and we think he'd come up with the idea of GTS. So we're going to might take a GTS game and play because up to 4 can play that. So we can sit and play with peeps. So we may have a learning session of that live on our Sunday thing. We might do that.
Oh yeah.
Teaching Ruff to play GTS.
So like the week or so before or something like that. Yeah.
I've got an idea when we go. I won't be cold and we will sit and play it. So that'd be good.
Yeah, I would definitely. I definitely would be, see that. So, but no, it's just interesting.
No, you play both sides, but you just do the usual private. You don't.
There's no hidden information.
No hidden movement, and it's like initiative driven as well. So
you don't always know who's going to go
and go first and who's doing what. Yeah, it's fine. If I can do it, anyone can.
And actually, so one of the games I have, speaking of that, actually has, if you play it solitaire, here's how you can do it as a solitaire player. And it's more like you play like a campaign and you try to score as many points and stuff like that. So yeah, and because a lot of those scenarios, you're not going to win them as one side, but how badly can you not lose and you can gain points and stuff like that. So there's some pretty cool stuff. Yeah.
A lot of the scenarios, one side is defending and the other one's attacking. So it's easy for you to be the attacker because all the defenders are doing is defending, and it's easy to play them as somebody. You're attacking with the other team. Yeah.
That's actually now that you say that.
If they would have, spent a little more time on the game and the system, they could have created a really little bot for it because really not that complex. Some of the tactical games out there are.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not a hard game.
No. A lot of the restrictions for Grenadier is how far units can shoot. And normally you're talking 3 spaces. So,
you're not going to get.
Yeah, I would be if outside of enemy range forward. Once in range, get to a defensive position. Shoot, that's kind of the way it is, right? I mean, you can just do it without that. But Mike is saying you haven't seen anything until you come to the Con Sim World Expo in Tempe.
It's supposed to be Tempe, not Tempe.
To Tempe?
It's Tempe, Arizona.
I think it's the temple.
Phoenix, yeah.
I think he goes to one of those cult temple things.
Oh, my parents live out there. I wanna make a visit out there, and at the same time, excuse to see my parents.
My daughter lives in San Diego. So we could go out there to visit her the same time the Con Sim World Expo is. That would be really good.
Well, you could also do it during GMT East, maybe go see that because that's not that. I mean, it's a drive, but it's not. You wouldn't have to fly because they're in Fresno. Like they're in the middle of nowhere. Like literally out of California, GMT is in the middle of nowhere, and it's like onion fields. I think Mike told me that, by the way, because he lives there. He's like, "There's nothing here."
Yeah, it's funny if you've been to California. It's just like Florida. It's like there's a million people along the ocean and along the coast. Then there's a big mountain range, and once you cross that mountain range, nobody on the inside.
Yep. Yeah, for Florida, you have Orlando, which is the exception.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything else in
Orlando's
Florida on
right
the
by the big lake in the middle of the ocean.
yeah,
So, or by the middle of the lake.
yeah,
So yeah, Orlando is the exception there. But I mean, if you look at all the big cities in Florida, Tampa,
it's all along the coast.
Jacksonville, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, they're all on the coast.
Yeah,
And
nobody
literally
moves.
once you go to the middle of the, there ain't nothing. There ain't nothing.
Nobody moves to the middle of Florida.
Oh, property must be cheap then.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6-hour drive between Phoenix and San Diego.
Phoenix and San Diego.
I could do that.
Hour drive.
No, screw
Get
that.
the other end of the country for that.
I'll wait for the country.
I think if Ruff goes 6 hours, he'll end up in the ocean no matter
I'll end
where
up,
he goes.
end up in the North Sea. Yeah.
Wow. So here's interesting. I was looking at this while we were yakety yakking.
Blast Pop here's Blast Pop's here.
Blast Pop's here. So they got a lot of shit at the printer again. And a lot of games there. They got the Panther. They got the Tank Duels.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those.
Absolutely.
I think I've got 8 of them.
Five. Sorry, 5.
8.
All of them.
No.
Ruff's like, I got them all.
No, 7.
I have 5.
Yeah.
I only have 5, so I think I'm doing good.
They don't come out at once.
1, 2, 3. I got both the Tank
the
Duels.
Panzers will. I bet the Panzers will.
I got Panzer Expansion 1 and Expansion 2.
Got all the Panthers and the MBT.
Yep. One there. There. Okay, I wanted to make sure I got these pre-ordered. And then, of course, my Tank Duel. Yep, okay. And then my Normandy.
The map. Oh, the third printing.
Yeah, well, I've got the map like literally.
I remember you getting the map. Yeah. Man, that was one project that I'm not going to get to do this year that I wanted to. Maybe I'll put that on my next year list, is to do Normandy day by day. So, like, whatever day it is, play it and then video it.
This is coming up, boys. June 6th.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might have to push
live stream for June 6th. In fact, wait a minute. Let me think about this. When is our next live stream here? Is to be on the 5th. So that would be Sunday. And that's interesting because it was Sunday, the 6th of June, when they B-Day. I think it was B-Day as well.
B-Day, 6th of June, yeah.
No, but I mean, I think it was a Sunday as well. And this year it'll be on a, so it would be 44 anniversary. 54, 64, 74, 84, 94, 2004, 2014.
That's painful to watch.
70, 76, 77, 77 years. Wow. That seems like a long time.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I just saw in the news there was a guy living here in Tampa, like the local news. He was on the beaches of Normandy and he died the other day, passed away at the age of 98. But he was on the beaches of Normandy and it showed his picture and stuff. And they talked about to his family and everything. And so it was like, wow, there's still people that were on the beach that are still alive. And I'm sure there's not many, right? I'm sure there's not many, but.
How old he was when he was doing it. If you take away 98 from 76, you know.
Yeah.
He was a young whippersnapper. But God bless him.
So 77 and he was 98. So he'd have been 22, 21. Yeah, 21, 22 years old. Yeah.
No age.
But I mean, sooner or later, we're not going to hear about that anymore. So it's always good to hear stories like that, you know? Mm-hmm. So they're, you know, it's unfortunate he passed away, but he had a good life. So That's super cool.
But it's good they're trying to capture these stories, because once they're gone, they're gone. And there's a YouTube channel, and I'm not sure it's just people in the Pacific, but he's trying to go and get everybody he can that was at that theatre and sort of video them and interview them and ask them, questions of what stood out and what can you remember, and it's got to be done. It's got to be done, because it's lost forever, and my kids.
Speaking of which, there's another story that was kind of interesting. It was on the news. I'm not sure if it was the local news or whatever, but there was a lady that just passed away here, and her mother was at Ford's Theater when Lincoln got shot.
Oh.
Yes. So her mother was at the Ford's Theater when Lincoln got shot, and so her daughter just passed away not too long ago. Oh, that was 1866. Is that when Kennedy? Is that when
65? 1865.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, so I've been looking at a game, and I'm kind of curious if you guys have heard anything, or anybody in the chat has, and I'm pretty sure they've heard stuff. So Mo and several other people have done the second volume of like the South China Sea, the Indian. I'm kind of curious about the South China. I'm kind of getting curious about that game, the South China Sea, and I'm very, very curious on how that plays, because reading about it, there are political turns, and then there's also military terms, and you can actually win the game without a military. You can win the game as a political turn. So, and that's through Compass, and I'm just curious. And because I haven't found much on playthroughs on videos. Private Public, there's no playthroughs on it at all. There's plenty of people doing unboxings, but
I'm not sure if it's the first volume. What's the first volume?
South China Sea is the first volume.
Yeah, Chewy Matt's done a playthrough of that.
Did he? Okay, I'll have to look at that.
Old. It's 4 years old.
Okay,
he's done a playthrough of that, because I looked at it and thought,
Yeah, it's kind of caught my eye recently, especially with the second volume coming out and Compass reprinting it, and it's like $20 off with the reprint price right now, like the pre-order price.
It won't be over here, but there you go.
No,
that's true.
And yeah, Grumbling Grognard. Yeah, I saw that, and it's just like I kind of want to see how the game plays. Like that's to me, you can write up all you want, but I need to see it.
Oh, it's not similar to the volume 1.
It is.
Watch Chewy Matt's playthrough and see what you think.
Yeah, I'll have to. I didn't realize he did.
Yeah.
Did one. I'll have to.
It's an old one.
Yeah, but I mean the rules haven't changed that much, and the rules are like only 40 pages. So I mean it's not it's funny. We're like, have you seen like Euro people complain about 10 pages of rules?
Yeah, it made me laugh. I know I've told the story before, but a guy, because that's why I don't mind doing what I'm doing me not a War Game Wednesday, because a lot of non-War Game YouTube channel people are doing war games. They're dipping their toe. And one guy was doing Space Empires.
Okay.
And, he said, and he was opening the box. He went, look at these tokens. He went, they're very small. Oh, well, I won't get them out. They're just all the same. They're all the same. And he did this, and he got the rule book out, and he went, it's 20 pages of rules. And I went, get Phil to fire, you fool, and other thick things, But yeah, it did make me laugh.
Yeah, but I was like, I said 40 pages of rule. I just said 40 pages of rules like it's nothing. Like, geez. Counter, blast pop, yeah. That's what your game for.
Tokens. Yeah, I know. That's what they call them, isn't it? Because they call them tokens, we call them counters, and and I have to, when I've done some unboxings of non-war games, I've called them counters, and I dare say I'm going to get some grief Counters.
More people unsubscribing.
Yeah, more people subscribing. Yeah, it was quite funny. But yeah, there's a lot of them doing it. You know.
Yeah, I see that. There's a lot of the mainstream channels that are doing. They're doing coin games. They're doing a lot of different things, and this hobby of ours. I mean, board gaming is huge, and if we can get more people into the historical version, I mean, yeah, they're not hex encounters, but I'm sorry, but hex encounters aren't the end all be all of war games. I love hex encounter war games.
I love them. Yeah, but there's lots of other things out there. And if I can do the same in my little weeny way, if I can get a non-war gamer to come and watch a non-war game video and then see, well, what else has he done? And see the war games and go, mind you, that shut it.
Ban him. Get him out of here.
If I can get somebody thinking, oh, well, Warfighter looks fun, or this looks fun, and you've got them, haven't you, then? So, because I love all games, you know me, non-war games and war games. So if I can get people across to ours, that'll be good.
Yeah, it's interesting because if you're on like just the solitaire board games like Facebook page, half of them are all war games. Like they're the war games that they're putting on there, and I'm like going, so it's really, really neat to see that. And
well, on the solo board games Facebook page.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Solo war games.
There's solitaire war games, and then there's just solitaire gamers. Yeah. Right. They kind of, there's a lot more solitaire war games on the
Mishy. Yeah, that's good. It's good for everybody.
Hope everyone's growing their playoff beard. The hockey playoff season is upon us, so.
Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Yeah, that's what I want. I have not seen that.
There you go. What's GMT doing?
I did not see that one.
Yeah.
I need to get that
because I would get that in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, it is. The Jest of Robin Hood. It's already up to 400. The Jest of Robin Hood. It's already up to 441 now. I just made it 441.
What's a coin light game then?
Oh, you can play. You can be a play tester. It keep going down. It's not made the cut. Hey, Jester, go back to the homepage, the front page.
The front
of GMT. Page? Yeah, just go home.
Hold on. What is a coin light? Down. What is a coin light?
Right there. It's right there. Newest PF5 P500s, first one.
The Gist of Hood.
Now who's putting this up? Oh, it's only a 17 by 22 mounted Moore board. That's pretty cool. Although it's very low solitaire.
It's the second game in the Arabian Conflict series.
Oh, Fred Serval's doing it.
Further adapting the coin system. Depicting peasants, revolts, feudal tax collection, and outlaw activity in the late 12th century medieval England.
It adds hidden movement, so that's why it's not really going to be a solo-friendly game.
Yeah. 2 factions, I think.
It's a 2-player game, though.
Yeah, that could be fun. I might add that.
I'll get new hidden movement mechanic.
Yeah,
the sheriff will chase Robin Hood across Nottingham to prevent him from organizing penance. So you're going to definitely need to get a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I could find a friend one of these days, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I haven't got any either. Yeah.
Rob the rich and give to the poor. No, I think it's take and keep it yourself.
I think that's basically Robin Hood in a nutshell. Rob anybody and keep it for myself. All this give to the poor.
There's also so let's take a look at this. So the new P500 games. There's a charioted tier game, a chariot tier game.
What's happening?
Charioteer.
GMT got their finger on the
player chariot racing game.
Ooh, the next one, the Triumvirate, that looks pretty good.
I think that Charioteer race was designed by the same guy
it's by
that Indian point game.
Mark
It's also
Herman.
did Sekigahara too.
Yeah. Oh, Sekigahara. That's right. Yes, he also did that.
Oh, and the Stalingrad 42 expansion coming out.
A
The
fifth scenario
with new counters.
Well,
It's only $14, so that's not bad.
Oh! How did I not get that coin game? The Pure Land.
I don't know. How did you not get the Pure Land?
It's right. It's that next one. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. All the rest of them I do have. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm gonna have to. Okay, so I'll have to get a couple. There's a couple of those on there that I'll put on definitely.
Yeah,
hey,
Fred's
thanks for
up
bringing
and
that up,
coming.
William. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Fred's up and coming, isn't he? Fred
Yeah,
Savard,
because he's got that the Paris Commune or whatever game.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna run out of shelf space. I mean, I've already at the point where my GMT shelves are filled. Like I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to change it.
Look at this, Ruff. Oh my gosh.
What?
Fields of Fire, the Bulge campaign.
I've ordered that. Shut up. It's done that already.
Wow. I didn't know about that. And that's
Get it.
cool.
Well, you're not sure, are you, about Fields of Fire until Mike teaches you how to play it properly?
Well, if we could get Butter Jelly to get off his butt and teach us, so I don't know what he's waiting on. Let's look at a card sample here. That's definitely
That's got.
early
that's
in play test. Yeah.
That's got a bit. No, they're not. Nah. They're going to look much better than that.
Let's see if it. Look at that Solitaire through the roof.
Great game.
It's only
no,
$16.
Blast Pop, they've
How
been
can they possibly produce $16?
It's
Just like a mini expansion.
Yeah, probably just the location cards. You're probably going to
It's
use
just cards.
Yeah. Blast Pop
yeah,
picked up
so
Cuba Libre, and I'm like,
you need either first or second edition is required to play this expansion. Yeah. So it's going to have a booklet, 55 cards, 176 counters.
more
and
counters for you to clip.
I can handle 176.
Yeah, that's one sheet.
That's my biggest regret with this game. It was the first game I ever bought.
And you
I
clipped it with fingernail clippers,
with
didn't you?
fingernail clippers, and I'm thinking,
Oh.
You didn't clip any numbers off, did you?
no. But of course, I thought, I'll tell you what, I'm going to tidy them up now with me. And of course, it just goes, no, you're having a laugh. You clipped it too much. It doesn't work. There we go.
Do they look like stop signs?
I think I'm gonna have to add that to the card because that's going to be a for sure. And maybe the Stalingrad 42 expansion.
I never got that.
I'm pretty sure I got that one. Didn't I get that
You
one?
did get that, yes.
Yeah, you got it. I've got it too. It's not even opened yet.
We know what you've got. You may have forgotten, but we haven't. We've had to enjoy your unboxings.
Yeah, Blast Pop, me and Jester are going to be doing a 2-player Cuba Libre probably within the next 3 weeks, hopefully.
Yeah, well,
if my schedule clears out.
He's going to be gone for a few weeks. Then I'm going to be gone in July for a couple weeks. You're also going to be gone, so
I'm not sure
it's
when
going
it is.
to be We'll have to start like the end of July because I don't want to get a couple turns in and then have to break for 3
We could
weeks.
knock it out in a 2-hour period, I think.
What are you insane?
No. I almost did it with one of my buddies. We played 2-player and face-to-face. So Purple Norseman's with you there, Jester. Or Ruff. He ruined his first game ever.
Hey, I did the same. I did the exact same thing with my squad leader, not advanced squad leader.
Ooh.
Squad leader. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, off a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? It looks better if you put off a little bit extra, and so I did that, and then I get the little counters, and they look like hexagons because they're real tiny squares anyway.
Yeah, those are small ones for sure.
I'm like,
For sure.
so I ended up just giving it to somebody because I'm like, they had it and they were missing some counters, and I'm like, I didn't do all of them. I got like halfway through the box, and I'm like, this is dumb. What am I doing?
Ruined, but now I'm used to clipping. You look at them and you think, oh, they're a little bit too much. But anyway, I'll still play it.
I've never. Luckily, I found out about clippers before I even tried.
Yeah, no.
So
I knew about clipping. I didn't know there were clippers.
I'll tell you what, I really do enjoy. So these are the Revolution game clip counters for Longstreet attacks. I love these size.
They're nice looking counters.
The size is perfect, but yeah,
they're nice looking counters.
I'm clipping them right now.
We got a new subscriber on Tack Up Wargaming. Everyone, welcome our new subscriber. We're up to 57 now. How are we doing over on the?
Well, I just sent Kyle the page, so it might be Kyle.
60,
and
60
Yes.
over there.
Yes, all right.
Well, I sent him that as well just now in the
So
chat.
make sure you guys are, if you're not signed up, come on over, Tack Up Wargaming on ComSim World and on the old Facebook group. All right, let's talk. It's already 5:15. Let's talk about the subject. This week is going to be what to do when you're in a rut, right? So I've been in this really nasty rut, and I just have no energy. And I look up at my game collection. So I'm looking at my game collection up there, and I'm like, oh. And so I actually moved some back over there in the corner right there. I moved everything out of that shelf, shoving in it. So I moved all my bunch of war games over there because I couldn't have them on the floor anymore. Get over here.
I've got to make some more shelf space. Got to clear some books over here, pack them up. That's terrible.
And I'm like, oh, I've been in such a run. I just I get out a game and it looks great. I go and set it up. Okay, this is going to be the one. It's not the one. So I've been in this run. I don't know if it's the time of the year, with the hockey playoffs, and I don't have a lot of time for anything else. I got a lot of other stuff coming in, and I don't have any desire. So what do you guys do when you're in a rut? How do you get out of these ruts, out of these just, I don't feel like doing it type thing? How do you get back into, how do you get excited about it again?
Do something else, but if you're in the middle of videoing something, and I've mentioned it earlier, I'm videoing DD at Peleliu, great game, and it's a great game when I play it, but videoing it is a right pain in the bottom because I'm colorblind and it's all color coded, so it takes an age and a lot of effort to video it, and that's not getting me down, but it's like, I've got to video it now, and that's going to take another 4 days to video it, and then I've got to edit it. And
see, that's a problem. You edit it.
Yeah, no, I have to edit. I just can't put them up. If I put them up as I videoed them, YouTube would take it down immediately. Because
it's played so poorly. No,
I'm talking about the language. I'm talking about people cough. See, when you're talking, you have to clear your throat every so often. I don't like to hear that on videos. I don't like to hear somebody go. So
I usually just have a whiskey right there, and that takes care of that.
Yeah, so I have to edit out all that, and there's I forgot to push the pause button while how does that thing work, and look something up, so there's I'm afraid you're rubbing off. I'm afraid you're rubbing off on me, Ruff. I commented, and I thought I did a very British comment for you. I said, "Good on you." Yeah. Good on. Yeah.
It was like he's rubbing off on me, Odo.
Yeah, this is it. You see, that didn't sound quite right. But anyway,
yeah,
I'm not sure if I'm going to get to the whole 12 turns.
Oh, I called mine early. So don't be, and that's the other thing is a lot of times I'll look and see if I can actually, especially with solitaire games, especially if I'm kind of dragging on it, I kind of look and see, okay, can I actually finish this Is there a possibility of winning? If there isn't, then I just pack it up and put it away.
If
And
there
okay, I'll
is,
try again.
there might be a
You're
possibility.
early enough that
Yeah.
you can't do that. But
I
yeah,
don't know what's going on yet, so
Mhm.
we'll see. If I start getting wrecked, then I'll go okay. And as long as there's enough there for people to get the game, and because somebody's already commented, said I've watched your videos, I've ordered it. It looks great, and that's the whole idea of me doing these. That people go, yeah, that's a good game, or they go, no, that's not for me, and that's good too. So if I can get enough of that across in the video, depending how long, how many I do, then I feel content to say, okay, I'm going to stop it now. I think you've seen enough. If you want it to get going and play it, and then I can get onto something else, and that then I've got to think, what am I going to do? Because as you know, I've got a target for tonight. But is that going to be interesting to watch? I don't. This is
depends on how you do it.
I'm not Stupid Joe, so
nobody's stupid. Nobody is Stupid Joe.
And Hethwell is doing another playthrough of Israeli Air Force, one of my favourite games, and he's used his subscribers and YouTubers as the pilots. So that's a good idea. So I don't know what to do, but I want to get Shadows of Brimstone. I think that's in my system now, and I've got to get that out of my system.
Yeah, you can play that to get it out of your system,
and then do some videos, and I can put them up on a Wednesday, and then get on with another war game. So yeah,
well,
it's all.
So was any of that supposed to help me?
I don't play sport games. You've got your sports games, though, haven't you? To take you away and get you back into war games?
I got my sports games. I also have my fantasy board games. I got lots. That's not the problem. I've got lots to do it, but I got lots of great board games. Just have no desire to play. No desire. None. Zero. Zipped.
Then play a fantasy game. Then play a fantasy game. Make my day. Don't get anything else in. Because I end up
the doorbell. I can see the wife come in. See if she got the package.
Oh no.
Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of our our viewers and what comments they have. So Steven says a good movie helps me get in the mood to play. I agree with that completely. I'll watch the old. It's called Combat from the 50s. And that'll get me wanting to play ATS because it's a World War II squad level type, TV show. That'll get me wanting to play that in a heartbeat. So, what's up?
I haven't lost
some good suggestions. Steven says sometimes a good movie helps me to get in the mood to play. So actually, this is a very good point because I was actually watching some of the World War II where he's going through and basically, don't
play it. You get yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean to hit that. So I was watching news, and I'm at like a certain point because there's like a bazillion videos, but I'm like in 1942, and so I was watching some of the videos to kind of catch up, and I was like, oh man, it was like inspiring me. And then by the time I got to the game bookshelf, I was like, okay, that kind of went away. July.
So you took too long to get to the game shelf, basically, is what I'm hearing on that one. Is that so? You watched the movie and you just took too long to get to it. I can see that happening. Yep.
Why is this one not coming up? Here we go. So yeah, I gave Brian a suggestion to break out his Stratomatic games because he was dying to play them. I'm like, if you're dying to play them, then get them out and play them. And you never know what might happen. And so he did.
That's just like the whole, if you're a writer and you're getting writer's block, just write. you just got to play
computer games administration. Yeah, I thought about that as
you've been playing some computer games, haven't you? Some PC fantasy stuff.
A little bit.
Yeah. It hasn't gone.
Play computer games. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I moved from War Games to Status Pro. Yeah. You need person to person to get out of a rut. Spill coffee on the board.
That's why I edit. That's why I edit, Jez. I didn't. Not that bad, but yeah.
Oh, that's a good suggestion. Go back to an old favorites,
Already fed
right?
you.
It's something that like one of your it's kind of interesting that that's brought up because I'm actually going through this phase in my regular board gaming, like so like I bought Talisman.
Yeah, I used to have that.
It was like one of my all-time favorite games, and another one of my all-time favorite games was
My daughter plays that with me.
Thunderstone. So I bought a bunch of Thunderstone.
Yeah, when are we going to see that?
So I'm going through this kick of trying to catch up and all these games that I previously owned. Huh?
Go tell the kids off. Sorry, I'm making a noise. He's gone.
So, I mean, going back to an old favorite is definitely, I can see that because I'm like, when these games come in, I'm all excited again, right? When the wife says, "Oh, you got a package," and I go, "Oh, wow, I wonder what it could be," and I get home and it's like, you open it up and then it's like, oh, you're so excited, or you're just like, oh, it's just this.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't think I'm in a rut. It's just other things have come along, and it's all your fault. And I want to play them.
Look at all the chat. Every one of these people, I am, be blamed for. I'm ruining the hobby, Brian Pedersen. I'm ruining the hobby because I'm telling people you need to do other things. Try other things so you don't just get burned out. That's one of the reasons I came back to wargaming was because I got burned out in sports games. I got to the point where it just wasn't any fun to play them anymore. And I took like a couple months off and I didn't play anything.
You sold a few bits as well, didn't you? As well.
And I sold probably about what I had. And I go back and then I missed it so much after a couple months. I just need a couple months and just get back the desire again. I don't know.
You know what?
I like the July, the Dry July. That's a pretty good idea. The movie's a good idea.
No.
I mean, when I watch the shows, watching the videos or whatever, and it really gets me in the way. But then when I go to get the game out, it's like I set it all up. Where's the one I just set up the other day? The new one I got, the Battle of the Bulge.
Oh yeah.
Is it hot over there? Because it's freezing over here. It's blooming at the end of May.
We have a cold time right now. We're in.
Look at him in his shorts. It's got cold over there.
He's in Florida. Florida's like always hot.
I was in the pool today.
Oh,
it was 92 degrees. I was in the pool. That's why I got all this sun on my face. So I apologize for having all that sun on my face. So I was like, oh, right. Beautiful looking game. Not too complex.
Quick, easy to play. Lovely component.
Probably play it in a few hours, maybe. Set up and then it's like it's a beautiful game. Worthington Games. I think they should sponsor our show one of these weeks.
Well, I think they've already sponsored Players Aid.
What?
Well, they're unboxing a plethora of Worthington games.
A plethora. Would you say I have a plethora of pinatas?
No. Sorry, plethora. Sorry, did I use a word?
Oh, there's a good suggestion. Play smaller and simpler games that you can finish in an hour or two. See, that's one of the. I guess that's kind of my hang up, right? Is the fact that you guys know my hang up, right? I only have a certain amount of space, so if it doesn't get done in an hour or two, then I got to move it back to the table or the couch or whatever over there. So then I've got to move it back and forth. I got pieces falling on the ground. Be 105 here Mondays. Is my
Not
quite hell, but you can see.
Well, you can see it from here.
Okay, I will commit to Heathwell's rule of 3 now. I think I like that. I think that pushes
rule of 3. So that was,
I don't think I've got the strength or the willpower.
Finish 3 games before you can buy a new one.
There's no way. There's no way.
Well, I'm halfway through 1, so I'm okay with that.
I'm waiting to finish that. And I've got to leave it a little while before I get my one out. So
the nice thing is, I really think, Ruff, once you start playing that, you can fly through that one. You do a couple turns. I was doing it 1 turn at a time, although now I finally have a freaking air turn. The weather cleared up finally, so this one might be a little bit
like over here then.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's one of those things is I've had some really good, like when there's no air, when it's bad weather, that's great for the ground game. You can just trug on through because the air's not bothering you. So now I've got an air turn, so this could really slow me down. And I'm like, and Chris Ridley's been really good and stuff like that.
We're talking about Mrs. Thatcher's War.
Yes, here. Mrs. Thatcher's War. Yeah.
In case.
For everybody else. Yeah. So no, but and I'll be honest with you, I get in a rut all the time. I've left games where they've been set up for 3 weeks before I continue to film.
See, but that you got a place to set them up. I don't have.
I know, but my problem is then that they're setting up, and I'm not getting to the other games that I want to play. Because I do get like that. Rock of the Marne was rough, very rough for me. Yes,
yeah.
It ended up being a great game, but like 2/3 in the middle was horrible. So like you have the first whatever of a third and the last of the third, but I guess that'd be so the first quarter and the second quarter or the fourth quarter was great. The 2 quarters in the middle just drug on, and I'm like, so I did have that rut when I did that. I mean, it was just like I've got to do this because it was taking up space, and so I do have space to keep things up. But it's still then there's other stuff that I want to get out, and I really almost need to have multiple games set up and going back and forth. But again, that doesn't help you with your space.
That's what I'd like. I mean, I've got a couple of these tables, but I've got to still got to clear this living room, and I can get a couple of tables up, maybe get another one, so I can have a game set up.
I already got stuff on my couch already from stuff I moved over.
But that's what I'd like to do. So you can have 2 or 3 games set up. You can play a bit, video something, go away and leave it, and then play something else, and you don't get bored.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to have I'm going to set up another table.
Yeah, so
so I could get Longstreet Attacks out and start, playing around with that, and then I'll be able to video it when I get to it. So
that is Dennis is spot on. This is exactly me. I have a problem picking the game because I got so many choices and I want to play them all, right? And I have so many choices and I finally decide, hey, this is going to be the one. Going to be the one. I get it, and I put it on the table and I set it up, and then I go, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I don't want to play this one. I want to play something else. And nothing gets played. And all it does is make me mad and frustrated. This is exactly Dennis. I think me and Dennis should go to counseling together because he sounds exactly like what I'm going through. It's nothing gets played. I get, yes, this is the one. By the time I get it all set up and ready to go, I think, ooh, do I want to spend 3 hours playing this or 6 hours playing this when I could play this one right there. Yeah. And so I put it all away and I get the next one out. And nothing ever gets played.
Yeah, so Steel Stone Clay's got a thing on here. He's like, "Are you playing game systems that are unfun?" I've gotten rid of my unfun systems that I
No,
don't
if,
like.
if they're unfun, they don't get videoed,
Yeah.
or played. But
Or played.
No,
They
I love
get-
everything. But
Yeah.
I should have two games up, but the other half of the table is full of blooming minis. Thank you. No, thank you.
Blame me.
Yeah, I am.
Everyone just blame me. Only in 20 series for games.
I've got to try and get into the Pokemon.
Dennis is we should get the counseling together.
Yeah.
Tony's on the right path. Rule of 3. You need to do that, Ruff.
Oh, I'll give it a go, Heth. I'll give it a go.
Too many games, not enough time.
But isn't that the thing with us? Unless you're very, disciplined, like Hethwell, aren't we all like that? Where we just, new game, got to buy a game. It goes on the shelf. You do an unboxing video. You think, yeah, we get around to that one, and then something else comes in. So
Yeah,
Me,
Heathwell is insane. Because I saw their little conversation between Heathwell and a couple of the other viewers, and Heathwell is like, you should play 3 times more than you buy. And I'm
yeah,
like,
and that is very sensible advice. But it doesn't work with people like me and most war
no.
gamers.
I mean, of all the games that I have, let's just look at one stack. I got Tunisia Hold Fast. No, I just got that a couple months ago. Not played. The Battle of Curse, not played. Atlantic Wall, not played. The Greatest Day, not played. OST, Old School Tactical, I have played that, so it's 4-1. And then I've got Warfighter, so I played Warfighter. So it's 4 games to 2 on just my one shelf there on games that I played or games that I haven't played. Let's look at the next shelf.
We're all the
Normandy,
same.
the beginning of the end, never played. A Wing and a Prayer, I did play that one.
You did, yeah.
SPQR, haven't played that yet. Wing Leader, haven't
You
played
love
that yet. And Men of Iron, haven't played that. So it's 4-1. I've played 1 for every 4 games that I have. That's
I tell
pretty
you
bad.
what, a little my piece of advice: take it or leave it. Next game, get Men of Iron out because it's easy enough to play. The counters look lovely. The maps, okay, they look great, and you'll be playing in next to no time. Something different. Something.
I think I spent the 15 hours to clip him thing.
Forget the clipping nightmare. Forget that. Drain that from your memory, and get the game out and play it. He's frozen. Oh, there he is. He's back. Do the Edge and Core one. It's a bit one-sided. Or do the. We've all done it.
They're all clipped. Look at that. I did.
Well, if they're
this.
already all
Look at
clipped, then you don't need to worry about it.
Get it out. That nightmare is gone.
that. Oh, thank God.
I haven't clipped mine yet, but yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll like
You don't
it.
have yours clipped?
No, not yet. I didn't get it till late. I didn't get it till
Oh,
just recently.
I picked it up at a good price as well.
Jesuit one has usually 2 or 3. See, if I had room and I had several set up, you could never get bored.
I'm
Because
born, yeah.
you get bored with the one you're playing, you just go to the other table and play one. So, I mean, that, Tony, I know you got several different locations in your houses. You can do it. You can set up things.
But he's got a war game and a non-war game out. That's exactly the right thing to do.
it's not about discipline. It is about discipline. It is about discipline.
Yeah.
Heathwell must have either been in the military or he must have a really strict wife or something because he's not a normal man. He's just not a normal man. I was getting the whole from the other day's golf game. Ah, okay. I remember. Thank you. That's why, to be honest, right? So we talked about this before we started.
You're doing Monday.
At my minis out, and one thing I hate doing is getting minis out and gluing them together. But I'm like, maybe this will break things up for me, get my mind loosened up, and think about other things, and then maybe I can get into things. So I.
Nobody saw that.
all I heard was "Rah," and that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, Blast Pop just put the best comment up there. Is any wargamer normal ready? Really?
No.
Oh, I buy games in a batch once per quarter. It gives me time to play them. That's some dedication there too.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, if I wasn't buying 2 or 3 orders a month, I don't know what I'd do.
2 to 3 orders a month.
But yeah. You're right, Heth. You know, I've got tons of minis to paint now. So I've got to get them done before I play the game, because you can't have unpainted minis on a video. They look terrible.
Yeah, Ryan is right. Sometimes it's just easier to play than actually playing. That is actually...
Apart from Hethwell, we're all the same. I wish I had your discipline.
Yeah, it's you got to give it to the guys that are disciplined out there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we were talking about them earlier, and you know, like Art Wolf, Blast Paw, the Blue Tweezers. I mean, there is some serious. They do this, seems like every single, at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not.
And Blue Tweezers is one of those guys like Kev and like a few others that just rules, you know, they've got it, you know, and it's like teaching me Atlantic Chase. He only had it about 2 days. He said, "Do you fancy a bit of Atlantic Chase?" I said, "I haven't read the rules yet." He said, "Oh, I'll be all right." And fuck me, we were, because he's one of those guys that can absorb rules. You know, it takes me a little longer. But yeah, there's some people out there that can do that and just pick up a rule book and go, yeah. Off they go. But yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen Steele around for a couple episodes.
No,
so good to see him back.
Yeah, he didn't make it. He didn't make it to the con. I kind of missed him because I like talking with Clay. He's a good guy. So
yeah. He's always been a good friend.
Another guy that knows you know, complex stuff. It's
that's the complex isn't even the word. I'm talking. He goes to that
complex,
high level.
Yeah. But yeah, and thank God there's people like that, because you can learn from them. You know,
He is a good teacher.
Yeah,
I will tell that he is a good teacher. I've watched him teach several things. So you know, he is a good teacher on that. So.
Women never have enough shoes. We don't have enough games. So that's it. That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a nice break. It's something I haven't done for many years. Paint a mini.
Yeah, see, that's another good point. When I was poor, I had in game for many months at the same time. Not young and poor anymore, so now we got all the money to spend on all the games.
Well,
if we didn't have the money,
I'm one of them. But yeah. What was the game I played all the time? It was I played Risk. Yeah, Risk. That was the
Risk.
game.
Yeah.
Played that to death.
Brian's right on the money with this one.
I think that's it. That's what we talked about earlier, wasn't it? You know, when brought that up. Yeah, you know, don't buy it. But you think, if I don't buy it, it's going to be out of print, and I quite fancy that game. So we buy it, and then it sits on the shelf
and never gets played.
Escape from Colditz was the other one we played to death, me and my brother. Loved that game.
Yeah, Dennis, go Tigers. Yeah, it's a rough year. A little bit of rebuilding, a lot of rebuilding. But we have some good pitchers. Hey, we had a no-hitter, so
we talking rounders again?
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Red Wings did yeah.
Yeah, no, don't even talk about them. All I have to say is they won 6 times while I was a fan, so I'm okay with that. Was it 6
They-
times? They've won a
they-
lot. Yeah, I
They
can't remember.
won quite a few there in the late 90s and early 2000s. They were
Yep.
on a roll there. And they had the longest streak of playoff appearances of all time. I think it was
I
like
think
20,
that kind of hurt them towards the years.
well, it
towards the end of the
did,
year.
but they made the playoffs 24 years in a row or something crazy like that. So
Mhm.
that is decades of consistency. I'm waiting for Ruff's brain to explode.
I switched off there about. This is one I'm looking forward to, though.
That Western
Mhm.
Front Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. World War One. That'll be interesting for sure.
And the tank one, the sort of Gregory's take on.
Tank
if you
Ace. Yeah.
Take on Panzer's Patton's best, even though it isn't, but it's that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to it. But this one is supposed to be his
Disease Peace Resistance.
resistance. Yeah. He's,
Looking forward to that.
yeah.
Solitaire game. That's the solitaire one, right?
Yeah. That's all he does, I think, is solitaire.
No,
No, he was
At the moment,
yeah.
I don't know, because you were away, weren't you?
Yeah, I was
He
not
was-
here.
he was
Yeah.
away.
That's why I don't have a
Yeah.
shirt. I don't have a shirt because I was not here.
You don't have one of these, do you? Like, you know,
Nope.
but
Oh, wait a minute. Raise your hand if you got a shirt from Gregory Smith.
Oh, got
please.
it. Got it.
Raise a hand if you actually played games face to face. Yeah, I'll give Ruff. Yeah.
It was great. It was really great. I really enjoyed playing face, and I enjoyed playing face to face with you, of course.
And
but
no,
playing with
no,
other
no,
people-
Jester, you could too say it because we played Wolfpack. So yes, you could say that. So
Yeah,
I'm not counting that. I want to see
but
your
I
face.
played. You
I
know,
want
on
to
that
see your
comic,
face
I
on
played-
the internet. I want to see it even in person.
it'd be nice to sort of flip the table for real in front of somebody for real. You know, I think that's what I'm looking forward to.
I have never done that.
You lucky.
Now, there's been times that I've taken an object of comfortable size, threw it table, but I've never flipped a table, I will say.
Brian, I have not, but that is on my immediate. I'll try to be the first one to pre-order that.
What's that?
It's the Irish inspired coin game.
Yeah, you see, that might be yes. I don't know how popular that will be over this part of the world. I'm not sure because you know.
Did
a
you
lot of-
pre-order the Irish one from GMT?
Yes, the snake
Yeah,
ones.
Shaw
Yeah,
Snake? Yeah.
Is it about
yeah.
the?
That's see that one's about the St. Patrick time period, and the
Oh, right. It's not
troubles.
about
The
the,
troubles. Yeah, the
not about
troubles is
trouble.
about the 70s, the IRA
Right.
and stuff like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
that would be a little bit, I think, raw for both sides. Lots of things went on both sides. Yeah, it's still raw.
Well, this is going to be a solitaire game, or
Is it about the snakes or something?
Yeah,
Yes. Banish the snakes.
I think it's a co-op solitaire game.
yeah, solitaire
Yeah,
co-op game.
solitaire game, you fool.
St. Patrick in Ireland. What I know zero about St. Patrick's in Ireland, but guess what? I've got it pre-ordered.
You've
Wait.
ordered it.
Tell me what is up with this St. Patrick in Ireland? What's the importance? Hey, speak of the devil, there's the Loopman.
Mr. Loopman.
He's coming next week. He'll be here.
Oh, jealous. Yeah, I'll be actually in Herman's neck of the woods on Saturday.
Awesome. Looking forward to talk with our good friend Herman Loopman again. He's bringing a friend. He can't come by himself. He's bringing another friend. Last time he came, he brought Mark Herman. So you guys have
No,
to
he
tune in.
didn't bring Mark Herman. He brought Mr.
Mark
Woods.
Walker.
All right. Sorry, Mark Walker. He
You
brought
really
Mark
have
Walker.
trouble with that when you put those.
I
two
have
people
problems
together.
with Marks. Yes, I have problems with Herman's, and I have problems with Marks because I mean, there's too many of them. So Lootman is bringing a friend. So if you want to find out who the friend is, be here next week. So that should be fun. So, so we just talked about falling into a rut, things to do to get out of rut. We have 8 suggestions. I'm going to maybe try some of these suggestions. Heathwell is nuts. We figured that
No, he's focused.
it's never going to happen. So we look forward to having Loopman next week with his friends. And so nothing coming up on my channel this week. What's guys coming up on your channels?
Finishing up Mrs. Thatcher's War, and hopefully we'll have Mr. Lootman's Long Street Attacks on. I'm only going to do the intro scenario, which is the round tops, because of family member actually fought in one of the divisions or the regiments there. So that's what I got coming up. And then you won't see much for a week or so because I won't be in town. So
Well, you got to get onto that battlefield and start taking some photos and figure out where you're going to live stream from and all that, because we're gonna get you out there from the battlefield. That would be awesome.
that's what I plan. Like I said, I don't know about the live stream. We can see we should see what type of service I get. But yeah, no, that'd be really cool. And I can't wait to do that project. Like, I'm really looking forward to it this summer. That's going to be a little bit more in depth.
There is a slight chance in July that me and Tony might be able to meet up. So
What day is that? Because the convention I'm talking about, the one in Camden, London, and if you're around over this side of the pond, I think is only 75 tickets available. They've sold 50 odd already. So if it's okay for you, it's on the 2nd to the 4th of July.
well, the 4th of July here is our Independence Day.
What's that all about?
You might have forgot about that.
Is it important that?
Yeah, it's a kind of a big deal.
Nothing to do with us, is it? That's all right then.
It's we don't have to long live the Queen anymore.
No. Oh, right. No, 2nd to the 4th then. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Herman. That cracks me up.
Yes.
Just wait, Loopman. Next week you're on my list, buddy. Next week. Where are you going to be, Tony? Next week?
Asheville, about 30 minutes north of Asheville.
Oh, you're going to be down near Herman there. He's in Tennessee
Yeah,
now.
he's in Tennessee. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's probably about an hour away from where we're going to be staying. But yeah, we're heading down to North Carolina, Western North Carolina. We're going to go to the Biltmore and I'm going to hit the craft breweries like crazy for sure.
Hit what?
Beer, like real stuff, not like the Budweiser and like brews. So they're going to be like, like high end stuff. So
Watch what you say. Budweiser is going to sponsor our channel if you keep.
We keep plugging them.
How much? 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours from Asheville.
Yep.
Yeah, send a case over here. I'll give it a try.
And Dennis says, I need to say this. It may not help me get the game to the table, but you guys always make my Saturday.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, thanks.
Bless you.
Thanks, Dennis. It's always nice to hear good things
This is
from
just
people
fun
out
for
there.
us.
So that's always nice to hear that all the time and effort that we do is worth it. Make people's weekends a little bit better. We try to do here on our channel.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Dennis.
Ruff, what's coming up on your channel, did you say?
Well, we've got hopefully turn 4 of Didat Peleliu. Also, I want to do an unboxing of the game I mentioned last week that was sent from a designer that's like a prototype copy. It's available on P&P, Print and Play, set in the, is it the 16th century German Peasants' Revolt? Not many games about that.
Nope.
So hopefully getting the bits out and showing people what it's all about, and then that'll be a playthrough hopefully in the future, not too distant future.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, and then Shadows at Brimstone.
I don't know if like the government's tracking me or something, but I was on YouTube and watching some videos, and you know what came up is like they give you like recommendations or videos to watch. D-Day in Peleliu, not your video, but like a documentary on the Peleliu, and I'm like, how do they know that I was watching rough stuff?
I know
Somebody's watching. They're tracking. They're sending cookies to my computer. That's probably why I get this bad connection. They're sending cookies that they're getting all my data.
You're being watched. It's those other videos you're watching that they're tracking, actually.
Well, next week, guys, don't forget, we got Herman Lutman, a special guest, a special co-host, actually, with us. He's bringing a special guest with him. So look forward to talking with Herman again, checking up on him, seeing how things are going. So we appreciate him filling in for Tony.
And again, I am honored that I am replaced by Mr. Lutzman.
Oh, it turned up. Get it open. Get it open.
Get it open.
He's going to open it, and it's going to look like...
It's going to be all jiggity. It's going to be like Playmation, isn't it? Or Claymation.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, the expansion. Which expansion is that? Oh, the Highland. Yeah, I got that one. But I have the one that was made by Fantasy Flight because they sold the rights to somebody else to make it.
Who made it originally? And I'm talking
Games Workshop.
Yeah, that's why I had the original Games Workshop talisman, and I lost it when I lost.
If I really wanted to paint minis, I would paint those.
Yeah.
And I don't want to paint minis, so I don't really care.
I think I didn't want to paint minis again because I painted Hero Quest, I painted this, I painted that, Warhammer, in the 80s and 90s. But now I'm painting minis for this Shadows of Brimstone, and I actually can't wait to play it because it just looks a tremendous amount of fun. Get a playthrough of that because I want to be refreshed.
Yeah, I've got several more things arriving. So once I'm in, then we're gonna roll with it. I want Thunderstone on the table. I just bought like 500 expansions for that game as well. So
this Shadow of Brimstones has got like tons of it. It's a rabbit. It's Warfighter. It's tons of stuff. But the good thing is you can't get it at the moment. So I've got one expansion. I've bought a few more heroes for it because you only get 4 heroes in the core boxes. But I've got 2 core boxes now. So that's 8 heroes. And I bought some other heroes for it, single heroes. So enough heroes now.
Yeah, I need to get that city expansion you got and a couple more, I think. And then I'm not too big in the rabbit. I'll get enough to get some variety, lots of replay and stuff like that. So,
and I'll get it when I can because that's how it is at the moment. So can't wait actually.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, we'll see everyone next week. We want to thank everyone for coming out and spending your Saturday with us. We do appreciate everyone coming out. Don't forget, next week, the Mr. Herman Lutman's showing up with a guest, so stay tuned for that. Should be normal time, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and look forward to chatting with everyone then. So until then, everyone have a great week. We'll see you all.
See ya.
Week.